Hello guys, what's going on? Welcome to another LEGO video. Hopefully this quality is higher than the last one. The settings did not come quite how I wanted to. But in the spirit of Rivendell being released, we are going to be reviewing set 79002, The Attack of the Warg. It's a pretty good set, and we're just going to hop right on into it. So first off, taking a look at the box. Luckily I have the box here for this one. It's a pretty cool looking box. They got the little display of the action sequence, as well as some pretty good details on the sides. I like the background art. Unfortunately, mine did have a little bit of duct tape on it, but you can see on the back here, it's pretty much the same. It's just got, you know, what they have in there and the little battle scenes and whatnot. Not too much, but I like the colors of the box. I think it looks really cool. Okay, so here we have the instruction manuals. It's really cool because inside you have the scenes of the little map in the background, and just overall, pretty nice book. Not anything too crazy, just regular instructions. So getting into the set itself, the build was pretty good. It was a very fun build. Now, the only drawback about this build is that, as you can tell, it is literally all brown. And it's dusty because I was afraid to wash it. And when I was putting it together, it was very, very brittle. It was cracking a lot and making a lot of weird noises I didn't like. Other than that, it was pretty cool. I did end up breaking a piece, unfortunately. It just happens with brown, but I was able to replace it. And over here, you got the little, ramps and whatnot. It's a pretty cool, sector of the build. Okay, now for the most important part, we have the minifigures. So first off, we have Thorin. Really, really cool chest plate here. Really cool on the back as well. He's got a pretty cool hairpiece and pretty recognizable features for what it is. I think it's a pretty good figure. Not too great, no arm printing, which really doesn't bother me too much. But overall, just a pretty good figure. Next, we have Bifur the Dwarf. Now, he is, I believe he's the one that likes weapons. He's got a nice little cape here. He's got a little belt, which is cool. Again, the legs don't move because they're miniatures, but the beard is really nice. It's got multiple colors, and you can kind of see the braiding in there, which is really cool. I think this is a top-notch figure. I think it's probably the best one in the set, in my personal opinion. Then you got a couple of the Hunter Orcs. You got, this guy right here who's pretty cool with some good detail. And then you also have, he has the quiver, and you have the other one who has the sword. Both are pretty identical. Really nice hair pieces. Just really good in general. I do like both of those figures as well. And lastly, we have Yazneg, which is kind of disappointing that we didn't get the white orc, but the pale orc, but, is what it is. I think he is really cool with the bone axe. I think that's really cool. I like the neck piece they have, the little scarring, and you can see on just the face is just really just disgusting and looks really good. The legs are a little bit lame, not much to them, but overall a good figure. And lastly, you have the two wargs, which are really freaking awesome. This white warg is absolutely cool. It's the one straight from the movie with the red nose and everything. They open up. You can actually replace the back with a little chunk to make it look more full, as I did with this gray one. You can see how it's kind of full. So overall, in this set, the minifigures are absolutely the best part of the set, in my opinion. They're hands down, they are just absolutely perfection. And now on to the bread and butter, which is the set. Now, the set is pretty bland, in my opinion. I think there's a couple cool features about it, like you can kind of use this as a catapult. It's supposed to put the dwarfs up in, the top part, which, I don't know. It's alright. And then this ramp kind of moves up and down, which is kind of neat, I guess. It doesn't really do too much. I don't really see the appeal of it. As well as this whole tree kind of turns as well, which is okay. It doesn't really do too much for it. But then you can also blast these little blue flame things out. If you push down on this, they kind of go flying, like in the movie where they're throwing the acorns. So I guess that's pretty cool as well. But just overall, I think the set's a little bit lackluster. The color really makes it nice for a collection, but just for playability and display purposes, it really doesn't do too much. The figures really help it out in that aspect. Overall, I think this is a really, really great set that if you want to pick it up and you're able to pick it up for pretty cheap, I would recommend going for it. Just because of the minifigures alone, really, to be honest, they really kind of make this build stand out a little bit more than some of the other ones. I think the minifigures are definitely the highlight of it. I think building it is pretty risky. If you can snag it for $50, I would say, but I wouldn't say anything more than that. isn't quite big enough for what it is, unless you're a really big fan of, Lord of the Rings, which, I mean, I'm sure plenty of people are. Yeah, but with that, all in all, I would definitely recommend it to any Lego collector that likes Lord of the Rings, because it's a nice set to just have on display, and it's really manageably affordable. So if you can pick one up and all the figures are there, definitely recommend picking that up. But I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.